Hey guys, what's going on? It's Sultan the Great here, casting an LZH Open League of Legends game between Team Wolfpack and the Free Agents. On Team Wolfpack, we have Drukai, Nyx, the Dreamboat, Strider, and Broheed and Cambria against the Free Agents Ecstasy, the O Snap, Mythian, Hurt Thades, and Varys. Alright, so right now on Team Wolfpack, we have a Vayne ADC with a Lulu support going bot. We've got Broheed and Cambria rocking the Vi top lane. We've got Nocturne in the jungle. And then we've got Strider in top lane with that, in mid with that Swain. And then we have Caitlyn and Thresh probably going bottom for this Free Agents team. Volibear in the jungle with Cho'Gath going top and Twisted Fate in the middle. This free agent team is made up of all free agents from the Lazura forums, but they've come together and they managed to lose their first game and end up in the losers bracket, while Team Wolfpack lost their first game to a team of high-level players. So this will definitely be an exciting match to watch, and you guys should definitely stay tuned for this awesome game. I'm going to definitely make a cut here and skip over the rest of this minute and 30 delay period, and we will jump right into the game. Alright, so we are going to jump right into this game between Free Agents and Wolfpack. And you can definitely look for Team Wolfpack to set up defensively at the start of this game. They are definitely probably not going to try for an invade. And then they are going to look for Team Free Agents to get a little bit cocky and try and jump on them. Alright, so we see TF trying to get a little bit of vision on that mid lane. And Swain and Vayne set up for a little bit of vision to make sure Nocturne doesn't lose his blue buff. You can definitely look for a lot of CC from this free agent team with TF, Cho'Gath, Volibear, and Thresh being able to throw down lots of crowd control and keep this Wolfpack team where they want them, be able to let their Caitlyn just engage and then give TF some room to really do some damage. So Wolfpack is definitely going to have to be really careful that they don't get caught, especially get caught split. They will definitely get torn down really fast if the free agents get all of their crowd control off. And you definitely see Team Wolfpack getting set up to defend this blue. They're definitely playing a defensive posture. They don't want to poke out and get caught. They are definitely the less experienced of the teams, but I definitely wouldn't count them out of this game. So both jungles getting started on those wolves and then moving their way down to their blue buffs. We see an early trap from Caitlyn going down in this bush right here. Definitely want to see if mid or jungle decides to come down to bot lane and make sure that they don't get an early gank off to give them that early lead. That's definitely going to be something they want to watch for. TF getting the early gold card off on Strider, and Volibear trying to come in for the gank, but Strider is just a little bit too fast with that Swain to get away. He's definitely going to want to back off a little bit, give TF a little bit of room. Drukai rushing in with that Vayne, trying to get a little damage on Caitlyn, but she's definitely getting the upper hand on that one. We'll keep an eye on bottom here to see if anything progresses, if Drukai decides to be a little more aggressive with this Caitlyn, or if he's going to back off a little bit on this Thresh. We see TF definitely putting a lot of pressure on this lane, out-farming Swain a little bit, and just being able to push him back to his tower. This also gives Nocturne some room to come in for a gank. So he's going to look to sneak up on this Twisted Fate and maybe give Strider a little bit of an upper hand. Strider manages to land a snare, and here comes Nocturne with the jump in, and he gives Strider first blood in mid. This is definitely a big plus for Team Wolfpack. They're definitely coming out ahead early in this game. They've already got that 500 gold lead and first blood. So that's definitely really good for Strider to give him that advantage in mid lane with Swain over TF. And now Nocturne is going to have that assist gold as well to be able to move a little faster through his jungle. And right now bot lane is also pushing for Team Wolfpack, getting the stun on Thresh and almost getting the kill. Dreamboat getting a little bit aggressive and almost dying to Caitlyn there, but Drukai coming in and saving him. Volibear looking for a gank up top on Broheed to try and get that advantage back as they're now getting pushed out of 2 lanes. But Broheed with the... he doesn't have vision on him actually, sorry. No vision on Volibear right now, but being very defensive and making sure that he doesn't get caught out, assuming that he's probably getting looked at for a gank. And Volibear just smartly backing off as Nocturne comes to check out what's going on. And Caitlyn right now just trying to push this lane out to be able to get a little bit more pressure on Vayne and Lulu and try to take their lane back a little bit. Nocturne and Vi engaging on this Cho'Gath right now. The exhaust goes off and he gets the flash off and he just gets away. A nice silence there on Nocturne, and Nocturne isn't going to be able to get any more assist gold out of that. See a fight going down in mid. TF just trying to get a little bit of poke on Swain. Try and push more of an advantage and not let Strider ride out his advantage from that early first blood. We see Volibear and Nocturne both sitting in top jungle, but Nocturne just going to back out. Volibear trying to sneak in lane, but the minions are going to push in and he's going to be seen if he tries to go in for a gank, so he's just going to back off and check for Nocturne and make sure he's not going to get counter ganked. Broheed and Cambria pushed pretty far. This Volibear coming in for a gank. This could be bad for Broheed and Cambria right now. If they get the toss and the knock up from Cho'Gath, this could be a really bad situation for him. They get the silence off, and Volibear does end up getting the kill on Vi, so that's going to be a good response by the free agents. They've got their gold lead back. They're up now, and they've been able to push back on this early advantage that Team Wolfpack was able to throw, but definitely a strong play by their jungler Volibear to look for that gank top lane and try and give one of their lanes an advantage when they were getting pushed back. And right now Vayne forced to back out, so now Lulu left alone to guard this tower with very low health. So they're just going to have to let Caitlyn and Thresh farm this lane up and get it up to the tower before Vayne can get back to lane. Nocturne right now kind of looking through mid to try and get a gank on this TF. He's kind of poking his head out. And Swain lays the snare, and here they go for trying another gank, but Twisted Fate able to get away, looking for that gold card on Swain. He lands it, but Swain just staying alive. Oh, this is very close. And Swain, with that extra damage from that bonus card, is able to finish off Strider, and now they're going to have a 3-on-1 against Nocturne right now. This is a bad situation for him with Cho'Gath teleporting in. He's still looking for that TF who's super low. Lands the gold card and the knockup. This is definitely bad for Nocturne. He's going to get cleaned up, but they do clean up TF in the process. Lulu, very low health, trying to get away. And Thresh beating out Vayne here at their blue buff, trying to get away, but Caitlyn coming in to try and clean something up. Nocturne unable to do anything, and Vayne also unable to clean up that team. So now they lead 4-2 with Lulu just barely getting away. She's definitely going to want to back out of there and not get cleaned up by 3 of them as Cho'Gath heads back to top as Vi is trying to take his tower. Knowing that the pressure is down low, she can pressure his tower and make him come back at least to take the pressure off the lanes and try and get as much farm as she can while he's gone. We have Caitlyn and Thresh just being able to freeze this lane, and they've got lots of time before Vayne and Lulu will be able to get back to lane, so they'll just be able to take their sweet time in farming that lane. And Swain going in on TF right now, doing tons of damage and not taking any with that turkey form. He is dealing out tons of damage and making him push back, so TF is very low. He's going to want to look out for Swain for sure, because Swain with it still this much mana is definitely going to be able to dive him if he wants to, so he'll have to look out, but Volibear is there to cover his lane while he goes back. But Swain doing a very nice job of being able to push him out of lane and be able to put the pressure on him, even though they are now up 11k to just under 10k gold with 4-2 in the kills. This is definitely, the pressure is on Team Wolfpack now to win back the advantage in some of these lanes and be able to deal a little bit more damage to these guys, push them out of lane a little more and be able to farm a little bit. And we see Vi also being able to push her lane well and keep Cho'Gath out of lane, so they're definitely pushing lanes well. They just need to start capitalizing a little bit more on their advantage, be able to keep farming and not start losing team fights, and they will be able to hold this advantage if they can keep out-farming and out-pushing this team. And right now we see Nocturne trying to sneak into lane to gank Thresh and Caitlyn here, but they are pushed pretty far up, and he's going to want to be a little bit careful he doesn't get caught too far in or dive on these guys. Thresh can land the grab in the box. He will definitely slow one of them down, or all of them down, enough for Caitlyn to rip them down under the turret, so they definitely want to be careful and not give them an advantage. And we see Caitlyn just trying to poke Lulu there a little bit. Thresh coming in on the gank, he's jumping down on Caitlyn, but no focus on Caitlyn. She's able to jump away with that net. And TF ulting in now, trying to look for that gold card stun, but he can't find it. He gets Nocturne, and Nocturne is bursted down there between all four of them, and Vayne and Lulu are just going to have to run. They don't want to get caught 4-on-2 under this turret, but Swain is coming down looking for somebody low to hit. But he can't jump in on a 4-on-1, so he is going to just smartly go back to mid and try and farm and make sure TF goes back to mid as well. With Lulu at half health and Drukai pretty low on on mana, sorry, he's definitely going to want to be a little bit careful. They know Volibear is somewhere around there, probably sticking around looking for a gank, so they are just going to have to hold their turret and definitely play a little bit more defensively here, as Cho'Gath is going to have to back off here as Vi comes back to lane. Vi being able to put a lot of pressure on this Cho'Gath, so it's going to come down to who is able to dominate which lanes better. And so bot lane getting a little bit pushed around right now by this jungle, but top lane for sure being able to put more pressure on this Cho'Gath. And we definitely see Swain being able to put a lot of pressure on Twisted Fate, but Twisted Fate smartly getting lots of strong ganks and being able to have lots of mobility and make lots of smart decisions. We see Cho'Gath just trying to poke Vayne a little bit and make her a little bit low, just to keep the pressure off of him and be able to push her back as well. And then we see bot lane with Volibear going back and Nocturne waiting in the wings just in case there is a gank to be had. He knows Caitlyn is low and that she is probably going to be looking to go back, so they would be able to push, but smartly just playing defensively, just letting them go back or leave. Oh, it's a nice ward by Lulu to get some vision on Caitlyn and to scare her into canceling the recall. Thresh with a great shield and lantern trying to keep Caitlyn alive, but Vayne almost finishing her off. A nice box by Thresh, keeping Drukai too far away to finish that kill. Taking too many tower hits, they're both going to have to back off, and Dreamboat too low on mana to help. So this gank is not going to go, but they are definitely going to force Caitlyn back and keep Thresh away from the minions. That's definitely good for them to keep the pressure there. They definitely need to start getting kills though if they want to keep the pressure on this team. They are down 5 kills to 2 now, down 2k in gold. This isn't looking good for them, so if they want to put the pressure back on the free agents, they definitely have to start pressuring top lane and get a little bit more of an advantage in mid, with Swain being a little bit stronger than TF at the moment in 1v1 fights. We see Volibear just grabbing his red, probably going to grab his golems and then probably look top, but we see Vi definitely has that war coverage right there, so she is going to be able to see that gank coming, so Volibear probably having to come through this trap bush or come through lane. Brohy just being able to control this lane and not get ganked and not let Volibear have strong ganks, so that's definitely a good point of advantage for Team Wolfpack. And Volibear just coming in to try and push Vi back. She's just going to smartly retreat just in case Cho'Gath is still there. Doesn't want to get ganked 2v1 and lose her advantage. And they see that Tri-Bush ward coming down from Volibear just to make sure that they don't get a Nocturne gank coming in on Cho'Gath, because they definitely don't want to let them have pressure in the top lane, because that is where they are winning their battles. Right now we see Vayne looking for a jump onto Twisted Fate right now, with Nocturne also pretty close by. This could be a good gank for them if Swain could hit the snare, but he does not. Vayne going in anyway, trying to scare the Twisted Fate back just to give Strider a little bit more time to farm this lane and just to keep his advantage up a little bit. We see Thresh and Caitlyn going down to the Lulu, but the ult coming out from Lulu to keep herself alive. And she's going to get out with half health and no worries at all for her. She's just going to have to hold this tower and wait for Vayne to come back. She's going to be able to wait this one out, but bot lane definitely holding a big advantage right now on them. Thresh grabbing up those souls, getting himself some armor, and being able to keep that advantage and give him a little bit more beefy sustain so that he can block those hits for Caitlyn stay in lane a little bit longer. We see Nocturne now looking up at top lane, trying to get a little bit of a gank here on Cho'Gath. This will definitely be a tough one for them with Cho'Gath being really tanky right now. He already has almost 2k health. He has that knock up, he has that silence. He's going to be tough for them to take out, but they are pushing an advantage in this lane. Vi can do a ton of damage, so if Nocturne can get in there and get a good ult off, they can definitely take this Cho'Gath down if they try. Twisted Fate pretty low right now. Strider probably looking to push that advantage, and he flashes in, gets the crow on him, and he's very low health. He pops the ult, but he can't get in because here comes Volibear, but he hits the stun for the kill. Volibear putting a lot of damage on that turkey, but he is healing back so much health, and he put so much damage onto that Volibear. Definitely a strong kill for Aaron, almost a strong kill for Aaron, sorry. And we have Caitlyn and Thresh getting a double kill bot lane. They are really pushing that advantage and killing Vayne and Lulu and pushing them out of lane over and over again. So Nocturne is definitely going to have to look to start helping that lane out and definitely try to throw this Caitlyn down a little bit and keep her from being a little bit too built. Volibear right now just picking up the locket of the Iron Solari. That is definitely going to be good for them later on when they start jumping into team fights against this team. Throw that shield down and shield everybody from that huge Swain ult and those Vayne, or those Talon hits. No, those Vi hits, sorry. And that is definitely going to be strong, but we see the Twisted Fate ult coming in now. He's jumping into mid lane, jump on Strider, and he is going to almost get the kill. Strider popping out just to make sure he stays alive as TF jumps down on him, and he just missed the triple card. That was super close for Strider there. That could have been an easy kill for Twisted Fate, but he manages to sneak away with that health regen with that ult and grab on Twisted Fate. That was definitely not a good situation for Strider to be in. We have bot lane already losing their turret. They are definitely getting pushed back, and we have Lulu just watching that bush, waiting for a gank just in case. And we see Volibear giving that blue buff to Twisted Fate smartly to give him a little bit more of an advantage over this Swain in mid. Nocturne coming just to cover this lane and take those turrets. Caitlyn trying to push in and look for some damage on Vayne, but definitely wants to be careful. If Lulu can grab her here, they might be able to do a ton of damage to her. Gets the transmogulate, but can't finish the kill. She gets the flash over the wall, and she is going to get away as Thresh comes to save with the lantern. A great getaway by Caitlyn, but definitely a little bit too far of a push in, not knowing if that Lulu was there or not, but this is definitely how the Wolfpack is going to have to get these kills, is to surprise them, to try and get some surprise ganks that are quick and just kill one or two of the free agents and be able to get back into this game already down a turret and already down about 3k, 4k gold. This is not good for them. They're already down 7-3 in kills, so they're going to have to find any advantage they can and push it. Nocturne jumping in for that kill on Twisted Fate after Strider weakening him, and now they're going to turn to this Volibear, and Strider healing back all that health. Volibear not being able to get away with all this CC from Nocturne and Strider, and they are able to bring down both of them. Definitely a great double kill in mid lane for Strider and Nocturne. This is good for them. They can push that advantage in mid lane again and keep bringing it to this Twisted Fate. That is what they're going to need to do if they want to come back and win this game. Right now, Thresh putting a lot of pressure on Drukai right now, bot lane. The ult coming out from Lulu to save him, but Thresh being able to do tons of damage with that turret, being able to drag Drukai into the turret and throw the box down to slow him down, taking tons of turret hits. He is just pushing them back now that Caitlyn's here and being able to put pressure on this lane. So right now we see both mids and both junglers coming out of the base, and we see top lane with a free lane right now to farm as Cho'Gath has to come all the way back to lane. So his teleport is up, so he will probably be teleporting back to lane or looking for a gank. So right now, Brohi just being able to push this lane in and free farm, probably looking to go back and maybe buy some more items, or we'll just wait for Cho'Gath and be able to pressure him in his lane. Right now we have purple team, the free agents setting up for this dragon. Thresh with that shield and Volibear trying to pull this dragon out now. Strider with the vision on it now, so they know that this is coming and they are trying to get in position for it, but Caitlyn nicely blocking the back with that trap, being able to keep anyone that they would not like to be able to steal that dragon out. She's going to just jump in and help finish this dragon off, and they are going to get the first dragon of the game. At 18:51 seconds, they have got the first dragon of the game, and that is going to stretch their gold lead right now. They're definitely putting a lot of pressure on the Team Wolfpack right now. And Strider getting caught out with that gold card. Caitlyn ult coming in, and he is bursted down by 4 of the team free agents. that shield coming down from Jack just to make sure that he doesn't get Volibear too low from those tower hits, and they are 3 of them going to stay and push this turret with only Lulu and Vayne here to defend, but Vayne low on ammo and the Twisted Fate ult going down. He is going to try and ult behind him and get the kill on Vayne, and then looks to Lulu and almost finishes the kill on Dreamboat, but he is able to get away. Now they're 4 pushing mid with 1 tower down, 1 in the bot lane down, and they're going to be able to push this advantage as Lulu is super low. The only one left to defend is Nocturne, and he is not going to want to jump in on a 4-on-2, so they are going to finish off 2 turrets in the mid lane and just push this lane right in while they have the respawns coming up. Now Vi and Strider coming up, they're going to be able to push out in this mid lane and be able to stop them from taking any more. Whoa! Lost the game. Oh, here it goes. Okay, sorry about that. Alright. So backing out of mid lane smartly, they don't want to get caught now that they're a little bit lower and everybody's coming off respawn. They're going to back out and let them deal with these minions that are pushing in. Top lane is pushing in, they've lost their top turret as well, and now they have bot lane pushing out just enough to keep them from losing their second bottom turret as well, so they're definitely going to need some big turnarounds from them to come out with this game. So you can see the blue team with little vision, but also the purple team not very much vision at all. They only have 1 ward around the dragon. The blue team only having 2 wards, 1 in dragon and 1 in the river bush at mid. So they're definitely going to be wanting to get more vision right now, and there goes the ward in the tri-bush to see the purple team ward in the tri-bush as well. So it's going to come down to which team can get the better vision and come up with the better ganks right now, and this is looking like the free agents right now, but Team Wolfpack is going to want to get some wards down, especially from Lulu, and try and catch this purple team out, catch them cocky, because they are free agents and they have not played that many games together, so... And you see 3 members of the Wolf Pack coming down to bot lane. They're going to want to try and take out this Caitlyn. That is definitely going to be a big advantage for them if they can hit this Caitlyn. But she's able to net Nocturne and keep him from jumping in on the gank, so they're not going to be able to push anything here, and Nocturne is just going to safely just go back to his jungle. Right now we see Thresh and Caitlyn just being a little bit cautious. They don't know that there's a ward in that bush, but they do have the trap down just in case Nocturne decides to come in for a gank. And we see Volibear Twisted Fate taking the blue, so Nocturne is going to jump in with the gank. With Caitlyn with the flash over the wall, she's able to get far enough away that Vayne and Lulu cannot get into the fight, but Twisted Fate decides to ult into the fight. We see Cho'Gath teleport in, and that is a 4-man bot. They're going to clean up 3 members of the Wolf Pack and look to clean up Broheed as well in the process, but he is going to smartly just jump away and try and hold this turret as Strider comes down to try and help as well. They are pushed really far back in this lane, and there is definitely nothing they want to do right now with the Twisted Fate down here charging up his cards, and the 3 other members of free agents trying to push this advantage, and Strider gets caught out with all the CC from the free agents, and he can't even fight under his turret. They are bursting them down too much. They have too much CC and far too much damage coming from that Twisted Fate and that Cho'Gath, so this is definitely looking like a strong advantage here for Team Free Agents. And they're just going to run up here into mid and try and push this lane back, and even maybe hit the turret a few times. You know that they still have Strider down, but all 4 members of Team Wolfpack are also still up. So they do not want to get caught out in a fight now that TF is low, as well as the other members of their team. And Twisted Fate now with the double buffs trying to go up and try and put some damage on Broheed right now. I don't think he's going to be able to... No, he's just going to go up and defend the turret. A smart choice. He would definitely not want to fight this Vi in a 1v1 right now at half health and try and do any damage at all to this Vi. But Vi coming down in the middle trying to look for this Caitlyn, try and help push this lane out with his team, and definitely try and stick together a little bit more and try to get caught a little bit less. They're getting caught with too many split team fights right now. That is definitely what's killing them, and they are definitely going to need to stick together and win a team fight or 2 to be able to get anywhere near back into this game. So we see Thresh and Caitlyn kind of trying to push into the race area right now. They are just trying to put a little bit of pressure on this team, but they are smartly backing off as they were 2 alone, and they don't want to get caught with a 5-4-on-2. That wouldn't be good, and they would probably just be able to burst down Thresh and Caitlyn, even though Caitlyn is fairly strong at the moment. So right now the Wolf Pack is just going to back off and let them push onto this turret because they do not want to fight the free agents out in the open right now. They want to fight under a turret where they have a little bit more of an advantage, and they can be able to actually fight the team a little more freely and avoid more of the CC and just let them fight under their own turret. And Vi jumping into a fight right now, trying to burst down Caitlyn. She gets the kill, but Twisted Fate being able to flash over the wall for Nocturne, not getting the second kill. Dodging those cards, but most of the team catching them. Nocturne getting the speed boost from Lulu and looking for another kill on somebody else, but Shogath and Volibear bursting everybody down, and Twisted Fate keeping Vi out of the fight, looking for a blue card on the Vayne. With the ult coming from Lulu, not enough to keep her alive as Twisted Fate is very low, but nobody able to finish him off, as Volibear and Twisted Fate will finish off the rest of that team. Now they're definitely going to look to push this inhibitor, as they have 10 seconds now left on Strider, the only one left to come back early in this one, and everybody else around 12-15 seconds on the respawn. So they can safely get this inhibitor and clean up some more of these minions, and they will definitely look to pick up this dragon right now, which is up, yes. And then probably set up for Baron not too long for after that if they keep pushing this advantage, and Twisted Fate backing out to go reheal, and as is Thresh. Right now you see Volibear going to start this dragon. He's just going to solo that dragon. Caitlyn maybe come up and help him, but maybe just stay in this lane to leave the suspicion off of Volibear. We see Vi kind of running through the jungle just to check and see if their buffs are there, jumping across and getting those golems. And we do see Caitlyn coming up to help finish off this dragon, just to get a little more speed on this dragon kill. And the purple team getting the second dragon of the game. Now they are definitely going to push this advantage. They're up almost 13k in gold, 6 towers to none, 19 to 8 in kills, and they are really pushing this advantage right now and pushing this team back. And we see Team Wolfpack is fairly spread right now. Twisted Fate and Thresh are going to look to come in on this Lulu and this Vayne, to be able to put a little bit of pressure on them, as they are getting pinched between Caitlyn and Twisted Fate and Thresh now. Thresh going down with a Nocturne, and Guy coming in to kill that Thresh. Thresh being able to flash over the wall and throw the lantern down for Twisted Fate, but Twisted Fate getting jumped on by this Vi. Swain coming in now with the hawk on Twisted Fate. He's managed to land it, but Cho'Gath coming up behind with that silence, being able to keep him out of the fight. And Vayne is just going to have to run away, but the TF ult coming in and the Caitlyn ult, he is very low, and Cho'Gath finishing it off with that knock-up. Vi, the only one left alive, they are going to be able to push her right back into the base and be able to take basically whatever they want now with this advantage. Up 23 to 8, 46 to 31.6k in gold, 7 turrets, none. They are walking all over Team Wolfpack right now.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Taking now 2 inhibitors and now just pushing into the base, looking for that game over. There's only 3 members of Team Wolfpack up right now. Strider coming in from 3, Vayne coming in at 8. They are able to jump in on them with that Nocturne ult and the Lulu ult, but not enough, as Nocturne and Lulu are going to be burst down by this team. And Swain also looking to get into this fight with the turkey form, but not able to heal enough damage off this team. Drukai, just all he can do now is sit on his base and watch as all 5 of them are going to just swarm the base, looking for a couple little kills on the platform, but getting killed by the turret. Drukai getting a kill on the platform, but sniped by Caitlyn, and that is a GG for Team Wolfpack, and the free agents finishing them off. So that is all for this game, guys. If you liked what you saw, subscribe to my channel, and I will probably be coming out with more content now that I've done my first cast. Let me know what you liked, let me know what you didn't like, and don't chirp me too hard. This is Zoltan the Great.